Hi, Hardings. Welcome. Come on in and get settled. I am so excited. We have finally made it to the finale of season 11 of When Calls the Heart. I'm Deidre Behar. It is always such a privilege and an honor to be here with you today, joined by some of our favorite folks from Hope Valley who really need no introduction at all. Please help me say hello to Kevin Smith, Erin Krakow, Pascale Hutton, Andrea Brooks, and Jack Wagner. Hi, everybody. Are we feeling the good vibes and energy going into the season 11 finale?
Jazz hands.
That's the perfect way to describe it, Erin. This has been such a roller coaster of a season. I have no doubt that whatever you have planned for this Sunday's finale is going to be the mother of all When Calls the Heart finales. And I think in large part it's because episode 11 ended with just bomb after bomb after bomb. And I want to just get right into it. Pascale and Erin, let's start with the two of you. Held hostage, Rosemary and Elizabeth, not a trauma bond I ever wanted to see my girls in, but nonetheless, a really scary action-packed sequence. Pascale, let's start with you. What was it like filming that with Erin and everybody else?
Really long.
How long?
It took a really, really long time. We were there all night. It actually was the very last thing, wasn't it? It was the very last day of filming season 11. And so there was all those people involved in that, the guns and the hostage and scene, which is quite a few actors. And we were there all night.
Wow.
It was really long. It's a finicky thing, right? To tell that story and get all those angles of different perspectives and what's going on. So it was a bit persnickety, if I'm being totally honest. It was getting it just right, but unfortunately we had Peter DeLuise directing, and he's a pro at stuff like that and can film that stuff as efficiently as humanly possible. So it moved along, but it was a long night.
Yeah. Erin, what was it like? You know, I really love the romance scenes on this show. I love the heartfelt scenes with the students. Getting to really like dig your feet in and film a hardcore action, sequence like this. What was that like?
It was exciting. I mean, I'm no stranger to hostage scenes. I think this was maybe Elizabeth's third hostage situation.
Was it your first tumble from a balcony into a barrel of hay?
1,000%. And I remember when I first heard the pitch of that story, and I was so excited because I thought this is territory, and more specifically geography, that we've never gone through on One. We've never gone over the balcony of the saloon. And then you ask the question, is it even possible? And seeing production come together and try to figure out how to make that happen was really exciting.
Yeah, it kept me on the edge of my seat. I was like, do not do anything to my beloved characters in Hope Valley. Certainly I wasn't about to let Jeanette do anything to my favorite people. Pascale, I mean, what a tip of the hat to Rosemary. Uncovering the truth about Jeanette. What was it like for you to be on this ride the whole season and finally get that really sweet moment in episode 11?
I think it was a really unique story that we were telling for When Calls the Heart. We haven't really told a crime mystery that is really long form storytelling. Like, it was weaved throughout the entire season. And so I think it was really exciting. It was really exciting because I feel like it showed Rosemary and her kind of reporter instincts with a new kind of level and zest and excitement and intelligence than we've seen before.
So, Pascale, thank you for sharing all of that about Rosemary's journalistic journey this season. I cannot wait to see where it takes her in season 12. Erin, I want to go to you next because the end of that entire action sequence ends in the most satisfying way possible for Hardys, who have been dreaming and waiting for this long-awaited moment between Elizabeth and Nathan. Now that we have seen them kiss, I feel like we're now going to see a little bit of a romantic journey unfold. Where would you like to see them go next from here? How much more of that romantic journey are we going to see in episode 12?
Well, I mean, I know where we go from here because we already shot episode 12, but we see more of that romantic journey. I mean, I think these two people aren't wasting any more moments. It's been a long time coming, and we've been very patient and precious with each other. So I think people can look forward to a lot more of that romance in our season finale.
Okay, so lots more romance. There are some tweets that I have been mining over the past, whatever week or so since episode 11 came out. There's a lot of people that are optimistic that we might get an engagement. Is it too soon to hope for something like that? Should we kind of like let these people take their time and get to know each other, or are they on the fast track? Like when you know, you know.
Well, I mean, based on Pascale's reaction right now, I'd say it's too soon. I think we're going to let a couple other lovebirds take the spotlight for the season finale, but it'll be exciting to see where Nathan and Elizabeth go together in season 12, which we're very excited to start filming in about a month.
Yes, congratulations to all of you on that huge news. Season 12, you're coming back. Yes, congratulations. Pascale, I want to just go back to you really quickly because we've witnessed Rosemary and Elizabeth have so many heartfelt conversations for many seasons, but really particularly in season 11. It kind of feels like it got to the point where Rosemary's like, girl, what are you waiting for? Like, let's go. Like, let's get this show on the road to finally see your bestie is having that happily ever after. What do you think that means to Rosemary for their journey going forward?
Rosemary's always been Team Elizabeth and just wanted her to be happy. And so whoever that was with, I think Rosemary just wanted her to be happy. And Rosemary's a big believer in love.
Yes.
So wants Elizabeth to find love and wants that to be a part of her life. And so she's found it. She's taking action on it. It is in progress now, like after a whole season of kind of a very slow burn. Yes. I think Rosemary's like, yahoo, like, let's go. This is exciting. And she's all on board.
I imagine my girl Rosemary is ready to plan a wedding, to design a dress, to get all the fun underway.
Always.
So I love, of course, talking about the fun times on the show, but Kavan and Pascale, a true compliment to the both of you. A lot of challenges for Rosemary and Lee in season 11. It was a real roller coaster of a season for these two characters. Lee, Kavan, let's start with you.
Sure.
Lee taking on the role of mayor. Finally, we know that that's been a bucket list thing that he's had on his dreams or goals for himself. To finally get that underway, how does that feel?
I don't know that this is how he wanted it to happen. I'm not sure if
a
it's
different
being
path to success.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes that's just what life is. You want one thing, but you get maybe what you need. So in the end, maybe he wasn't ready at that time, and who knows? I don't know what they're going to write moving forward. So maybe he still won't be mayor for very long. I don't know. Aww. But it is something that they've put this bug in my ear many years ago now. So it is something that I've thought about in doing all of these scenes since then. So I'm looking forward to it. If he gets a chance to do some mayoral things, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like you and Lee share this in common. You're just like natural extroverts. You're so good in front of a podium. You're good at addressing an audience. Are those things that you're hoping to do in the future on this show?
Just a quick correction. Not really technically an extrovert, just really good at pretending to be one.
Then you have me fooled, because you always light up any screen, any room that you're in. You're the funniest person always. I feel like you're just such a natural charisma machine, if you will.
Whoa. Okay, that's two quotes. I'm sticking with charisma machine. Somebody post that. I want my kids and my wife. I want that on my tombstone. Charisma
to you, yes. Are you excited?
You just made my career.
Oh, yes, you can quote me. I will stand by that till the day I die. Charisma machine, Kavan Smith. Are you excited to take that natural quality that you have and hopefully infuse it into this Lee role as a political figure on the show?
Yes, I think that would be a lot of fun. I do like doing scenes in front of crowds and stuff like that. I do enjoy that. it is a lot of fun. I like to address a lot of people. I want a lot of people sitting there paying attention to me.
There you go.
No, I think it would be a lot of fun. I've always since they first told me about possibly being mayor, I've always thought it would be a lot of fun. And I've always wanted to be involved in more storylines. And I think that's a good way to do it. And I think the idea of helping other people in the town is something that really appeals to Lee. I think that's something he's always strived to do. And the more they put that in there, the more I like it. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Pascale, another moment in season 11 that I really loved, Lee having Rosemary's back on publishing the truth about the resort. You know, there are a lot of chaotic times that we see on When Calls the Heart, but one thing I think we can always count on is this couple supports each other no matter what. So tell me about how Rosemary felt in those moments, having her husband's support when maybe she didn't feel that from everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I think what makes being a reporter and running a paper in Hope Valley a good fit for Rosemary is she's got such a strong sense of right and wrong and very, very strong convictions on her own. And I think it's one of those things, I don't think she needs Lee to back her up to forge ahead with what she believes is right. Like, she's going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
But I think it's a testament to their love of like that he can always acknowledge and see, okay, this is a big one. She really feels strongly about it. So I'm going to get on board. And so I think Rosemary's going to do what she's going to do. That's kind of
her MO. Yeah.
Her MO. But I think it's like why that marriage and that relationship works on the show, works for the two of them, is like, I mean, I think it is the longest marriage relationship on our show, I think. And I think that's why it kind of endures, is because he's never tried to change her. He's never tried to change her. And he is like, I love you. I love everything about you, who you are. And I'm on board for it. I'm on board for the ride.
Well, as much as I love my Rosemary and Lee scenes, I really love my Bill and Rosemary scenes. The unlikely duo I didn't know I absolutely needed in my life. Jack Wagner, I want to go to you. You know, it was so wonderful, a testament to your writers, that this whole, mystery of who shot Lucas, it wasn't just like a 1 or 2 episode thing. This is something that they beautifully stretched out over, I hope, the course of these 12 episodes. We'll hopefully maybe see a little bit more in the finale of the two of them. But certainly over the past 11 episodes, what has it been like sharing so much screen time with Pascale and getting to see these characters come together for the same cause?
Well, I think it's been why I show up to work. I think why we all show up, because Pascale and I never.
Is it me?
Yeah, that's right. Pascale. That's it. It's a great example of when actors don't really haven't had real specific work together for 10 years or so, and then kind of thrown together as a team. So it was it was just such a fun collaboration, because Pascale's, the way she plays Rosemary is one thing, and Bill's very sort of rigid and by the book and terse. Right. So it was really nice to be able to find their way together and him make sure that she wasn't going to be a part of this, and all of a sudden the way they sort of came together with ideas and then decided they're a team. And it made, as I watched it, made me feel good for them, that the characters were a team. And when we, were doing a lot of complicated scenes, because it was a lot of, piecing together different information, and Pascale would get information, Rosemary and Bill with this. So it was really a collaboration for both of us to really decide how we want to play it, and how do we raise the bar with the scene, given it was a lot of exposition, a lot of information. And then also, the stakes, as we can see in the last episode, the stakes finally became very real for all the characters. And I think it had a great payoff.
Yeah, it really did. It was so satisfying at the end of episode 11. Pascale, where do Bill and Rosemary go from here in episode 12? Do we still see our favorite sleuths having conversations? Is this a dynamic that you hope to continue into season 12?
Yeah. Yes to all of it. I think it was people have just it started, I think, with the two of us, and we had so much fun working together, but it's been really nice to see everybody's response to it. People have really, the fans have really loved this pairing. And so yeah, I do hope that we do more of it. And I think because people responded so well, why wouldn't we do more of it?
I love it.
It's unlikely couple, right? And so I think I don't know. Is there another mystery coming? Season 12, season 13?
Well,
I
one
don't
thing I
know.
was
But I
just
feel
going to say
like
about this is in episode 11, that's the first time we've seen a female crack the whip on Bill. Bill!
Get over here.
Ah,
Well done. I'm sure that was satisfying, Pascale, right?
people really like that. I don't know if you saw the comments online, Jack, but people love that. They were
Really?
like, "This is the moment I've been waiting for."
I also love the way you say his name because it's not just Bill. It's like
no.
Bill.
Yeah,
Like, really
three
stretching.
syllables in it. It's,
I love it. It's part of your charm. You're also a charisma machine, Pascale. You know that.
Yeah, you know what? You already used it on Kavan. It doesn't have the same effect.
I'm going to think of something new. I will think of a new compliment for you. While I think of that, Jack, of course, we've loved watching Bill and Rosemary team up for this big storyline that has carried throughout season 11. But you know the fans, the tender moments between Bill and Elizabeth, between Bill and little Jack, those are equally cherished. To see someone like Elizabeth, who I think Bill kind of views as like a surrogate daughter, a daughter figure, to see her finally have that payoff with Nathan. I know obviously Bill and Nathan are very close. He's given him the whole runaround of you're just friends. Okay. What was it like finally for Bill to see his guy and to see his like daughter, get there happily ever after?
oh, I think it's just fantastic. I just want to acknowledge Erin and Kevin, how well they worked together. And I think this season, and when you said, can we, like, seriously, it's taken them 5 years to kiss, and you said, will there be an engagement now that they kissed? I really pushed that they had an engagement, a wedding, and a pregnancy just in episode 12.
Let's go! Oh, Erin, you look thrilled by that idea.
That's a lot all at once.
You know what? We're counting on a season 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got to draw it out.
Yeah.
We want a lot of stories and a lot of seasons.
Yeah, I was really happy. I thought that final monologue Erin had with Kevin there, just taking all that in, was it just speaks to her talent and how to really understand, this show. I think they both have such a grasp on the show and exactly what, needs to happen in terms to pay off these storylines that have been really a lot of obstacles that Erin's had to face with Lucas and Nathan. And I think that moment, that embrace and kiss and monologue pretty much encapsulates so much of what we've all been working towards. And I think what the audience loves. So, my hat's off to both of them.
We have come a long way since I was fortunate enough to visit you on the set, I think in like 2018. And it was like, there's these two new characters on the show. Which one are you into more? We've come such a long way from that. And the payoff was huge. My final question for you, Jack. So many tender Bill and little Jack moments. I mean, we have Bill to thank for introducing little Jack to Pal, the cute little horse. Pony, little pony. What has it been like for you filming so many scenes with little Highland and really leaning into the whole like Godfather role?
Well, I think for me, it's just given me an opportunity to let this character's human side be revealed. It's sort of the underbelly of who he really is. And it's through the relationship with Elizabeth and Jack and baby Jack. And those scenes are really, for me, what I look forward to, because there's maybe one or two a season. And when they happen, I think for me, it just, this thing with the pony was also some comedy, because he didn't ask her and he was this and that. The payoff is that he gets to be this godfather, and it gets to open this window as almost a father figure, as well as Nathan, both being there for Elizabeth as male figures. And, those are definitely scenes I hope continue to happen a couple times a year. I think it's just, it gives the human sort of underbelly of what Bill means and is to Hope Valley, what this character is, why he doesn't go anywhere, because he really loves Elizabeth like a daughter, and this boy and all the people there, even though he's kind of like curmudgeon-y. I think I like playing these scenes. I love playing these scenes, especially with Erin, and I think it gives the audience this other sort of piece of this character that they can love a bit.
Erin, your face right now just says it all. It looks like your heart has been warmed.
It's so warmed. I mean, Jack comes into these Facebook Lives and just reminds us of what a softie he is with the kind things that he says. And he's not withholding either. Like, I'll get text messages from Jack saying he just watched an episode and he loves this part and this part. And he's so generous with his words. And so I just really appreciate that, Jack. You're good to all of us. But more specifically about Bill as a godfather, it's just such a tender relationship that he has with little Jack and with Elizabeth. And I think it's really an important one, especially because Bill knew Jack Sr. so well and kind of holds an emotional connection to him. It's just really nice. It's very heartwarming. I agree, Jack. I hope we get to continue to do those scenes for years and years to come.
Yeah, thanks. Me too.
That was so sweet. Thank you both for saying such beautiful things. I want to now take a moment to brag on Andrea Brooks. The beautiful work that you have done this season with your on-screen niece, we'll call her Lily. What a tender, heartfelt, beautiful storyline. We have seen the character of Faith be the ultimate career woman. She will wear pants. She will define what it means to be a woman in Hope Valley. But to see this tender maternal side has just cracked open, I think, a whole new side of her that I certainly had not seen before. Mm-hmm. What has it been like for you to lean into those maternal instincts this season?
I am the biggest fan of this storyline. I didn't quite see it coming, but neither did Faith. And it's exactly what she needs at the perfect moment in her life. I think inevitably you think, okay, another failed romance. Obviously, who's she going to go for next? But this was just such a perfect resolution to not have to do that again.
Yeah. A different direction. Yes.
And I really like that we start off with a struggle where Faith is not sure if she's on the right path. She feels lonely. She doesn't know maybe if she's, I obviously with Fiona departing, seeing her friend chase her dream and really thrive inspires her and in some ways worries her as well. So it's kind of nice to see that struggle off the top. And then immediately this wonderful little girl waltzes into her life and just kind of changes everything. I love this for Faith. I think it's deserved. And I was just so excited to get to play this storyline out throughout the course of the season.
It was truly, I think, one of my favorite storylines that we got to see all season. A true shout out to the young actress who plays your on-screen niece.
Yes, Chloe McKinnon.
Chloe, she is just something. She is a little firecracker every time she gets to be featured on the show. Tell me about your relationship with Chloe off screen. Has she had a chance to meet your daughter in real life? Are you totally in mom mode in between takes, keeping Chloe entertained?
No, you know what? I don't have to be in mom mode. She has a fantastic mom who's on set with her every day. And she's a busybody. She's always coloring. She loves her Barbies. She has her stickers. And she's the most professional actor on our show, hands down.
The bar is really low. So it wouldn't take much for Chloe to surpass us all.
Wow. She surpassed us all. She always knows her lines. She loves being there. And that was really important for me because when I saw how big this role was going to be, my fear was that a young actress would come in who maybe didn't want to be there. But she's gung-ho. We were supposed to shoot some scenes on Halloween, and we ended up, figuring out the schedule so that she could go trick-or-treating. But she told me she was happy to be at work because it's her favorite place to be.
I was
so sweet.
Oh my God. Does everybody else agree that work is their favorite place on the planet, even more so than trick-or-treating?
Yeah, but I have a standing request. I never work on Halloween. So Chloe has me beat.
It's in your contract. Noted.
Andrea, I'm sorry. Did you say that if Chloe has met your real life daughter, Viola?
She has not. She hasn't, but it was very sweet. On one of the first days that I worked with Chloe, she's very crafty. She was making little scrunchies, little hair scrunchies. And she heard that Viola really liked mermaids at that time, so she made a little mermaid scrunchie for her. Very sweet.
Sweet and thoughtful. I love it so much. And I guess my final thing for you, Andrea, is we got to see that, Chloe, that Lily is going to stay in Hope Valley with Auntie Faith. Mm-hmm. Do you see this relationship progressing from auntie niece to mommy daughter, maybe in season 12?
I would personally love that. I would love to see this continue, and I would love to make it official. But I wouldn't want to do so if that in any way compromised the relationship that she has with her grandmother, because I think that's very important. Obviously, the grandmother's not in a position to care for a child on a daily basis anymore, hence why she's with Faith. But as long as the adoption didn't in any way impact that important dynamic, I would be all for it.
And what about romance? Is that a priority at all for Faith, or you think she's totally in like mom and career mode at this point?
Oh, that's a good. I mean, I'm very happy for Faith to remain single for the time being. She's got a lot to focus on. Would I love to see Faith find her person and end up with her happily ever after? Absolutely. But she's in no rush for that.
Love it. Love it. She's focused on the right things. She's got her priorities straight. Before we wrap up, because season 11, truly, I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. It is the best work this cast has ever delivered, the most beautiful storylines, the most beautiful performances. I would love to go around to each of you, and I'm hoping that you can share your favorite scene in season 11 that you were just so excited to do, or you were so excited to give to the Hardys. Jack, do you want to start? Can we start with you?
Yeah, sure. That I was in myself.
It could be your scene or something you really enjoyed watching from your castmates.
I still can't. I think Jada, we have to acknowledge her.
Mm-hmm.
To see her grow and evolve. And I just think that I'm going to include her as the kids. I just feel the kids with Goldie, little Jack, Lily, Jada. I just feel that they all gave so much to this show this year that I cried 4 or 5 different times watching the show because of these beautiful young actors. And I mean babies all the way to Jada, even the school kids. So I'm just tipping my hat to the children in this moment. Okay.
So sweet. Do you cry on set, Jack, or do you cry watching the episodes back when you're home?
I cry at lunch. Okay. I'm just a crier.
And who do you go to console you in those emotional moments?
Anyone who will listen, ask them all. Just like, what are you going to eat? What do you have?
That's why we're all scurrying to our trailers. So
Yeah.
We can't deal with another meltdown.
John, what a sweet, heartfelt, selfless response. I love it. Let's go to Pascale. What was your favorite scene in season 11?
Well, you know what? I feel terrible now because he came in with this really thoughtful, response. And honestly, the first thing that popped into my head was...
I know what it's going to be.
What?
Is it the one where you get to take out your aggression?
Yes! Yes!
First of all, Erin, the fact that you were able to guess it, you two are just my favorite besties on the planet. Pascale, tell me, why was that
so much fun with that beating the rugs in the backyard? I had a lot of fun. It was one of those ones that kind of came up as a surprise. I hadn't really thought about. It was really just one line in the stage direction, and then we get there and they show us this crazy thing, tool that we're going to use and I thought, oh gosh, here we go. This scene is taking on a whole new angle for me. It's all about this tool. I'm having so much fun. Anyways, it made me laugh every single time I got to do it. So probably that.
Love it. Was it as therapeutic as it looked?
It felt real good, I will say.
Love it. Listen, you're working long hours with Kavan Smith, so I imagine.
Hey, charisma machine.
I had to give Pascale one. I don't have what's it called, a superlative for her quite yet, so I had to give her a little something there.
Fair enough.
Kavan, let's go to you. Favorite moment from season 11?
Well, I don't want to follow him, but I've got to follow Jack on this one, just with regards to Goldie, because we've been building up to this baby thing with Lee and Rosie for years now, and we finally had a baby. And the first block, it didn't really work out so well. The kid, this lovely child, just was teething, and it didn't look like it was going to work out. So there was a scene in the second block that we shot where she goes and looks for the little Easter eggs and stuff like that. And Pascale stayed incredibly positive. I was like, uh-oh, this is bad news. They didn't want to give us a baby for this specific reason, and it's happening. But then in that episode, this lovely little girl stopped teething, and she started being active in the scenes. And she went and found the little Easter egg, and on camera walked back to Pascale and held it up to her and like passed it off to her. And I was like, this is going to work. We can work with this. This is going to work. And then we did another scene with the birthday candle and stuff. And it's still just a baby you're working with, but it was sort of symbolic for me of just when you don't think it's going to work out and yet it does. I remember on my first episode of this show, I was like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't understand it. And it's always been for me the little show that could. And it was just a seminal little moment with this little girl when it looked like it wasn't going to work out. And suddenly it did. And it is working out. And it was really it was exciting for me. I was like, oh man, this is going to work out.
Remind me of your on-screen daughter's real name.
Ellie.
Shout out to Ellie and hitting her mark all season 11.
Yeah.
Andrea, let's go to you. Favorite season 11 moment?
Oh boy, I shared so many amazing moments with Chloe, little Lily. Too many to count. But I think I'm a sucker for the group scenes. I love hanging out with everybody on set. I'm gonna say my favorite scene is forthcoming in the final episode.
Ooh. That's a good tease. Is it another group scene?
It's a group scene.
Okay, so you got to be with everybody.
I'll text you, Erin.
Okay, text me.
Andrea, is it dramatic or is it joyful?
No, joyful, and it's just sort of the definition of what Hope Valley is.
Okay, well, I'll never argue with that. I can't wait to see that in the finale. And Erin, would you like to cap us off with your favorite moment?
Not really. But
an honest response.
We always have such a hard time deciding on one favorite thing. But I think I'm going to join Jack here. I think my favorite scene was at the kitchen table between Nathan and Allie the morning after their visit to the prison. And, I think her line is, I don't know, that sounds a lot like my dad. And she's just weighing up, and Nathan kind of grabs her hand and says forever. And it just like broke me. I thought it was so good. So yeah, I will go with that scene.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I have no more words, just to express that I am so excited as we go into this Sunday's season 11, episode 12, the finale. Is there anything further that the five of you would like to maybe share a message for the Hardys? Any sort of things we should know going into the finale, or a message of gratitude?
Always a message of gratitude. I think we all feel
gratitude for sure.
So grateful to the Hardys. They are the reason we get to keep telling these stories and spending time together. And we're just so grateful for their support over the years. It's an incredible job, and it's been an incredible journey. And we really mean it when we say we hope we have a season 13, 14, 15, and so on and so on.
Yes.
Let's go. Yes. I feel like you've all promised me that independently over the course of how many years we've been chatting. We have made the jokes about being 75 years old, still on this show, multiple grandchildren, multiple generations of Hope Valley.
For some of us, that's only a couple of years from now.
Listen, you're all only getting better and better with time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you so much. Hearties, you know what to do. You got to tune in this Sunday to Hallmark Channel, 9
Please.
o'clock, 8 Central. It is the season 11 finale of When Calls the Heart. You better tune in on Sunday night, but if you can't make it, of course, it will be streaming the following day on Hallmark Movies Now. And join the Twitter party, as always, #Hearties. I'm sure there will be multiple moments to unpack and discuss all together online. And again, thank you all so much for delivering such beautiful stories and such beautiful performances throughout season 11. This show is such a gift. I couldn't be a bigger fan, and I'm so grateful for all of you.
Thanks, Deidre. Thank you so much.
Love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Bye.